I'm Precious and you're welcome to my kitchen. I'm so excited because today I'm going to be making a very delicious Cameroonian traditional meal. It is called Kwacoco and Banga Soup. Now, kwacoco is cocoyams that are grated, lightly salted. They are wrapped in banana leaves and steamed to perfection. Then the banga soup is a soup made out of fresh palm nuts. It is so creamy, so earthy, just so good. I'll show you the ingredients we need and then we can start cooking. So here is what you need. You need smoked fish. I'm using 3 different kinds of fish. This is quota fish. This is fish I made at home myself. You can check my blog preciouscore.com for a tutorial on this. The post is titled How to Make Dried Fish at Home. So good. Right here I also have another kind of dried fish, which is really tasty. So I'm just using 3 kinds of fish because I want the soup to be really special, very fancy. But if you want, just go with 1 type of fish. You don't have to do the way I'm doing. So this is the palm nut concentrate for the soup. Now back home we normally use fresh palm nuts, which we then pound and take out the pulp to use, but I cannot find fresh palm nuts here, so I'm going with the concentrate. Then this is crayfish for the soup because crayfish is ethnic food. Oh my god, so good. Now this is about, oh my god, a handful of chopped spinach which I've squeezed out. I'm going to be putting it in that soup for some color. And this is 1 onion, 3 seasoning cubes, some salt, 1 habanero pepper, that's hot pepper, and these are banana leaves that I'm going to wrap the grated cocoyams in to steam. I don't know if I mentioned, but these are the cocoyams, also called taro, which I'm going to grate. Then I'm going to wrap into the leaves and steam to make that delicious Kwacoco Bible. Kwacoco, not Kwacoco Bible. Kwacoco Bible is the other one that has oil and other stuff, but this is just Kwacoco. So we are going to start with the Kwacoco, and while the Kwacoco is on the fire steaming, then we are going to make our soup. So guys, let's start cooking. So first things first, let's peel all these cocoyams. I'm just using my potato cleaner here because it takes out just the skin. And these are the cocoyams you want. You want the long ones, right? Because they are going to hold well together. You do not want the smaller, the small rounder cocoyams. You want these ones that are longer, and sometimes slimmer. They are either pink or white on the inside. These are perfect for Kwacoco, Kwacoco Bible, Equan, which are all Cameroonian traditional meals. Last one, you guys. So just clean all those cocoyams and I'm going to wash them and then we can start grating. So my cocoyams are all peeled and washed. Now I'm going to be using this 4-sided grater. I'm going to be using this side of the grater to grate the cocoyams. You could use your blender if you have a really powerful blender or food processor. You probably need to add a little bit of water. I've used my blender and it worked well, but I feel like with the grater the texture is so much better. So I'm going to grate all of this and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all grated. So this is the last cocoyam, and when it gets really small, I'm going to use a fork to complete the grating so you don't chop off your fingers. You don't want to chop off your fingers, right? And remember, if you don't want to go through the process of grating, go ahead and use that food processor. If you have a highly powered blender, you use it. So when it's like small enough, I'm going to use the fork, just poke it, and that it's like easy breezy. Oh. Then what I do is, like, when it's left like just little bits, I just do this. I just scatter it on the blender, on the grater rather, with the fork. If I had like another cocoyam, I'm going to press it on it and grate so that it smoothens it out. But this way it's still just fine. So our cocoyams are all grated. Look at that. We have like that nice blend of pink and white cocoyams, which I'm going to mix together so they can be uniform. Okay. So I previously used the peel of these banana leaves. And that's what they look like. They are thawed. I buy them frozen. So I'm going to wash them. sure that my sink is all clean because I washed the cocoyams in here. I'm going to wash them thoroughly because there's like usually kind of white stuff on it. I don't know what that is. You see that white, and even after washing it, it still looks a little whitish. I don't know for some reason. So as I wash, I'm going to cut into like rectangles. So I have my leaves all washed here, and I'm just wiping them with paper towel so that I can warm them over the fire. Stove here has like flames. I don't know, for some reason I like flames as opposed to the ones that just have like this electric burner, like the curly stuff that get warmed up. Right now I totally feel like I'm back home. The only thing is I'm not in the firewood kitchen with smoke all over me. I love the process of warming my leaves for anything, whether Kwacoco Bible or coffee beans or egusi pudding or whatever. By the way, I have coffee beans and Kwacoco Bible recipes, full recipe videos on YouTube, so you may want to check those out if you're interested. So guys, I have my leaves all warmed over the flame. You could also immerse them in really hot water if you don't have like a flame or so. And if you're using foil paper, no need to warm anything, just go ahead and start wrapping. So I've used like the banana leaves that were kind of bad. I've used them to line my pot. And if you're using foil, go ahead and do the same thing. Use some of the foil and line the bottom of your pot, you know, to create that nice steam. So I'm just going to take some of these cocoyams, place on my leaf, about maybe 2 scoops, wouldn't. Then I'm going to like arrange it with my spoon like this. Then I'm going to wrap, and if you've watched my Kwacoco Bible video, you've definitely seen me do this. It's basically just the same thing, but for this other Kwacoco, you don't put in like oil, fish, and because we are going to be eating this one with the soup. So see that you just fold the edges. Look at that nice cute bundle. Kwacoco is coming alive, you guys. I'm so excited. There we go. And I'll just repeat the process with the rest of the grated cocoyams. Last one, you guys. Look at that. So these, like I used 7 large cocoyams, and they gave me about 10 nice, I would like to say medium bundles. Yeah. So this is the last one, and some of the leaves were not that good. So what I did was I just like overlapped them with other leaves. So this right here is my pot of Kwacoco goodness. So I'm going to cover them with my leftover miserable leaves. So I'm just going to cover them. So the steam, I'm going to use even this small one, no matter how miserable it is, so the steam doesn't escape, right? And then I like starting with boiling water, so I'm going to heat some water in my microwave and put it in on the side. Now I'm going to be adding in some hot water. I like starting with hot water, so as soon as I put on that fire, it just starts boiling like right away. So I'm just putting it on the side. You don't want the water to get into the bundles, even though we've make sure we wrap them well, but just be super sure. I'm starting off here with about 2 cups of water, putting on the fire to medium high, and this cooks for about an hour. It takes about an hour until it's thoroughly cooked. So I'm just going to cover it. Now after every 10 minutes or so, I'll go in there with another 1 cup to 2 cups of water so that it doesn't get dry. While this is cooking, we'll go over now and make our banga soup. So exciting. Now the hard part of the cooking is done. Let's just have some fun right now. So I'm just preparing my fish, by taking out the bones from it, especially this like really small one. But these ones I'm going to put them like full, because it's so good when you have like this big full fish in your banga soup, then the person eating. Okay, so it's time for the banga soup. I have my onion here that I already started chopping. I'm just going to go ahead and chop the rest. You could use as much or as little onions as you like. I like quite a bit of onion, so I'm using all of this medium-sized onion, but If you want, you could use like half. Also, if you want like more flavor, if you like, this is totally optional, you could add in a little garlic and ginger. So you know, if you are using like the fresh palm nut, you just put the pulp. After pounding, you put the pulp into a pot with some water. But since I'm using the concentrate from the can, I'm just going to put, these are like about 2 cups of water, and I'm using like a 28-ounce can here, about 800 grams. So I'm just putting all of that pulp, the banga pulp, into the water. Make sure that I get everything. It's nice to use like warm water to rinse because it makes it come off easily. My water is not really warm though. So coming up. Okay. I'm going to just give this a mix. It's this big traditional spoon. And when it boils, it's going to disintegrate, so I really don't have to stress so much about it. Now, adding all that onion. I smell the kwacoco, so good. I'm going to add water so it doesn't burn. Now I'm covering this on medium heat. I'll let it boil for about 10 minutes. So I can add in the fish and other stuff. So while it is boiling, I'll keep an eye on my kwacoco. Just adding some water. Make sure that it's like goes inside. So while my banga soup is boiling, the palm nut pulp is boiling, I'm going to take care of the other ingredients so they can come together. I'm just going to blend 1 pepper here. I'm going to blend that in a bit, but then I'm going to crush my crayfish just using like a small pistol. And I'm going to use about half of this crayfish. Now, trying to put everything together. Open that pot. The pepper, the smell just came into my face like, oh god. Put it in. Excuse me. Some salt to taste. And then some Maggi. Cubes, and then that crayfish for that cooking. I'm just giving this a good stir, and to check the consistency of the soup, I think it's a little too thick, so I'm going to go in with about 1 cup of water, and then I'll check again. If I feel like it's too thick, I'll go in with more water, because after that, perfect. Now I'm going to add in all that fish. So the fish goes right in. Then no vegetable yet. The vegetable comes right at the end. That was a mistake. I like to add this one in full because it's so presentable when you have the fish in the full, but some of them are like breaking, so but I'll still put the full and just be sure not to stir. So because of that, I'll just stir with the first fish in. There we are. Then now I'm going to put this long one. I'll cover this and let it cook for about 10 minutes or so. Then I'll add in that vegetable and mix, and that's it. Banga soup is ready. So my banga soup is almost there, you know. I just want to show you the consistency. Look at that. It is perfect. It is perfect. You know, I don't want to make it lighter than this. You know, I think this is just awesome right there. So I've tasted it and the seasoning is perfect, well balanced. So the last thing that goes right in is this spinach. I'm going to spread around. And I'll be careful because I don't want to break like the full fish, because I think the full fish I put in there, they are just so presentable, you know. So this spinach should just sit in there for probably 2 minutes and I'll turn on the heat. Then I'll wait it out so the kwacoco gets ready too, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. Okay guys, my soup is all ready and the kwacoco is ready, so let's unravel together. So it's still quite hot, and when it's hot it doesn't come out as like smoothly out of the leaf. It will still look like a little coarse, just so you know. It will look like a little rough on the outside, but when it is really cold, maybe just warm, when you unravel it, the cocoyam is like so smooth. That smell, oh my god, it's just smells so good. Just going to put this on my plate here. Perfect. So I'm just going to put in some of that soup. Oh my god, I can't wait. And some fish. I'll be leaving those like the very full ones, because when I'm photographing this, that will be very it is tasty, so spicy. I mean, so good. The soup is creamy. The kwacoco is cooked to perfection. You guys, I feel like I'm home right now. I mean, this is so perfect. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Go make some kwacoco and banga soup, and if you have some form of like banga soup in your country, maybe you're not Cameroonian, I would like to know how you guys make your banga soup. This is how it is made in Cameroon. And if you're watching from any other part of the world, or if you're from any other place, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed watching me cook in my kitchen, and I hope I inspired you to do some cooking. The full recipe will be on my blog preciouscore.com, so be sure to check that out for all the measurements and everything. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you and God bless.